So this has been a very eventful week in the NFL world, and I'm not just talking about playoffs. Another bomb dropped when Mike Tomlin announced that he was resigning from the Pittsburgh Steelers coaching position. The NFL's model of steadiness resigned as Pittsburgh Steelers head coach on January 13th, 2026, after 19 seasons. I can't even tell you how many head coaches the Raiders have had in that span. A lot. Ending an era defined by never having a losing record, Tomlin's regular season win tally 193 ties Chuck Noll for most in team history, and his 62.8% winning percentage puts him among the league's best. He delivered a Super Bowl in 2008 and 8 AFC North titles, but postseason frustration grew as his Steelers lost 7 straight playoff games to close his tenure. Was it the playoff drought, fan unrest, or just burnout? Tomlin cited wanting more family time, but exhaustion from the grind and underappreciation in Pittsburgh were also reported factors. My respect and love for the Pittsburgh Steelers will never change, Tomlin said in his farewell. He leaves as the longest tenured coach in pro sports, with TV networks vying for his next move. The Steelers retain his rights until 2027, so any team hoping for a quick Tomlin comeback would owe Pittsburgh compensation. Is this goodbye or just a break? Either way, Tomlin's legacy is secure. 19 years, 0 losing seasons. Try topping that. I just from him stepping away, because the team president has already spoken out about it. He said he doesn't, just from the conversation they had, he doesn't expect him to return anytime soon, if ever. I think the guy was just burned out. Like, hey, to be consistently in the playoffs every season for 19 years, can y'all do that? That's crazy. And I'll say this, since Big Ben, it's about putting the right people in place, and for what he had, you know what I mean? Since Big Ben, they've been in quarterback in the sellers for quarterbacks. Yes, they had Aaron Rodgers this season, but we're talking about an Aaron Rodgers at the very tail end of his career. They haven't really had that Ben Roethlisberger talent since Ben has retired. So for what he had to be consistently in the playoffs, hey, and also being consistently in the playoffs, that affects your draft position. So I don't think they've ever had a chance to acquire top quarterback talent through the draft. They did have Kenny Pickett, but I guess we saw that didn't work out. So yeah, it's a sad farewell. I mean, I don't know how Pittsburgh Steelers fans feel. I don't know. It's actually crazy in that division with John Harbaugh and Tomlin leaving. That's crazy. That's a big shakeup in that division. So excited to see who takes those 2 coaching roles, because we know the Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers don't just be firing people like that.
What's up with like all these head coaches being fired, leaving? There's like many positions being left out, and now it's just a head coach hunt for this off season.
Well, I'll say at least for the Ravens and for Pittsburgh, they were ready to ride the wave with Tomlin for another season. That was what they were expecting, but weren't surprised. He decided to step away, and with the Ravens, I think it's been heartbreaking for them. They've just the last however long, they've just been coming close but not getting over that hump. And the NFL is what have you done for me lately league. They don't care that John had all these playoffs and won a Super Bowl for them. They are like, what about right now? We haven't made it to the championship yet, or we haven't made it to the Super Bowl again since we went when we won. Like, what's going on here? So I think and John already landed on his feet. I think he's already been hired as the head coach of the Giants. So
yeah, that's good for them.
I'm like, dang, I feel like Ravens could have got better value out of John before just firing him. They should have just traded that man.
Mm.
Hell of people. I think a lot of people would have jumped on there. They're like, we're willing to trade our, whatever. I don't know how that works when it comes to coaches, but I think you can. I mean, the Raiders did that shit with John Gruden years back. I think that is an option, but whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how the Giants go with John leading the way for them. And then the rest of the teams, just teams that didn't do well. Dolphins, they were on top for a minute. They never really made it far, I want to say, in the playoffs, but they were one of the top teams. But this year they had a big decline. I don't know if I agree with them letting their head coach go yet, but it ain't my decision. He's over here getting, everybody that got fired for the most part is getting,
It's a shake-up.
yeah, it might be just a merry-go-round of how the head coaches, where they land, because a lot of them are still quality coaches. It just didn't work out with the team they were with.
Mm.
It's that type of deal. So I just think you're going to see a lot of switching of teams and the same head coaches still coming back to coach this very next season, except for probably not Pete Carroll. I don't think he going to coach another season. That was a disaster.
He's like 70 years old or something.
Yeah.
All right.
So that just didn't work out how they thought it would. But everyone else, pretty young, or either, new guys getting the opportunity to interview. So it should be interesting. I can't wait to see who lands where. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Tomlin's 19-year tenure was the longest active in North American pro sports at his departure. He is the only coach in NFL history with 19 straight non-losing seasons to start a career. The Steelers' only coaches since 1969, Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. Tomlin's Steelers won just 3 playoff games since the 2010 AFC title. TV networks like Fox, CBS, and ESPN are already recruiting Tomlin for on-air roles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so which is good because he is an asset wherever he goes, and people are willing to pick him up just to get him on their team for sure. So he's set. He's good. Like if he wants to come back, he has many directions where he wants to go. People want to pick him up and he can make his money back. But maybe feeling the love, missing the game, most likely. Do you think for sure he'll probably come back?
I don't know. We don't know. Like you said, sometimes they leave and they be like, yeah, no, I can't do this.
Yeah. Like
when
Tom
they've
Brady.
known one thing for so long, it's like
19 years. Damn.
It's like, damn, like what I'm doing now, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Rich and bored.
Play golf.
Yeah, play golf.
They always end up doing that.
But, becoming a broadcaster, that might be right up his alley. And also, there are other avenues as well. Sometimes people, coaches like that, teams call them and be like, oh, would you be a consultant for our team? You've been in the game for X amount of time. Sometimes that happens too. He might take a higher up role where he's not, on the field anymore, not coaching the players, but maybe scouting or in the
college.
In the college department of the NFL teams, scouting or helping what direction they should go with the draft or something like that. So you never know. We'll see. He might come back to coaching, maybe not. Well, we're just gonna have to find out.
Yep. Seems like he'll be fine for sure. Comment below your guys' thoughts on that. Steelers, sorry for your guys' loss, and see who is the upcoming coach for sure. Did you hear anything about that?
No, I mean, I think they're still just gonna start interviewing. I haven't even heard about any interviews going there yet, so
yeah.
I think it had just happened this week. So, and I don't know, maybe Steelers fans not mad because at the end of the day, like I said, it's a what have you done for me lately? And I think Ravens fans feel the same way. Like, yes, playoffs are cool, but they want the whole shebang.